Hello! So it is the end of Sunday. Sophia has gone back home. It's weird and I'm sad. I'm gonna be pretty much alone for the next couple of days. It's like nobody wants to be here. Yeah, because Aaliyah's going over to her boyfriend's, which it's good for them to be spending time together. And like Maggie is working on a paper tomorrow, so it's just gonna be me by myself with my thoughts and packing, more packing. I picked up another like container box to move stuff because I gotta do that. Because I don't want to have a bunch of small boxes because those are always annoying. I made this like soup today. It became a stew, partially because I'd added the rice, so it added like a more gelatinous aspect to it, and it is so filling. It is insane. It's pretty good. I'm gonna be eating it for like until I leave, which is probably a good thing. Saves me some money. But yeah, I didn't leave the apartment because I was like cooking that because I'd started at like noon or something. To try to cook things down. And then, yeah, I did go on a walk today. That's when I picked up the stuff from Target. But I'm just kind of like in a funk right now, and I haven't wanted to be on my laptop and like wanting to avoid emails. Oh my gosh. I hate emails so much. Yeah. I don't know what else is going on really. I just have been living in this nebulous today. Yeah. So this is all one portion of the stuff I have packed right now. I've got 2 other boxes from like Target, 2 other bins, and a suitcase filled up already. So I've got a lot, and there's still more to go. Well, it is the end of Monday. I am probably going to be able to sell my futon tomorrow. So I set up a listing on Facebook, and a couple of people had said they were interested, and one person is coming tomorrow to look at it and to probably buy it. So I'll get that out of the house, which is great, and also have a little bit of money. Besides that, I mostly did packing today after I went to Target to pick up, or not Target, to Trader Joe's to pick up snacks and Whole Foods because of the Amazon locker to pick up headphones. And then I filled up one of the other bins and the other suitcase. Well, the other suitcase had been filled, and I've got those 2 Target boxes, so I've just got a lot. I know I mentioned that in that little like cutaway from earlier, but that's all I've been doing today was freaking packing. Oh, and I also made tortilla chips. I'll add a photo right here. Those are for when we're actually driving because like I wanted to pick up low sodium snacks for my father. I'm just really stressed out, and I'm hoping there's enough space in the what's its face, the car that we're renting. It should be, things should pack on each other, and like the boxes over there are quite small, and it's just, there's a lot. I mean, actually, in all honesty, there's a lot of stuff I can probably get rid of. Things I'm gonna probably put in like random places to be like, yes, this can go in here, this can go in there, because yeah, there's a couple of other things that I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, I have a container that I'm like, I'll keep it because I got it as like part of the gift, but I don't need it. It really served no purpose. Like I was able to use it for organizational for a bit, but I don't need it, so I'm gonna get rid of that tomorrow. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm just not looking forward to, and it's very, very stressful, but I'm making it work, and I'll use space bags to like compact my clothing, and put clothing in like my shoes and everything, so it should work out quite well. we'll just have to see how it goes. I have even more of my room packed. So the pile has gotten bigger since last we spoke, and I no longer have a futon. So it is the end of Tuesday. God, I can't think. But I got to spend it with friends, which is exciting as I like knock things around. I've already had 2 beers. I kind of want a third, and they were like pint size. I'm kind of getting drunk by myself, but I've been good today. I packed like all of my clothing. The only clothing that is not packed is the stuff that's in the laundry and the stuff I'm wearing right now, which are my PJs for the next couple of days. Yeah, I've gotten almost everything done. I just need to clean, like properly clean and move things out and like ship things off. But yeah, I've been doing quite a lot of stuff today, and I texted my ex, but that's mostly because I'm like, I need somebody who's free on Thursday morning to like, or Wednesday night to help move things, because I've got a couple of boxes, and like my folks were wanting to do most of the moving tomorrow, like on Thursday, but I'm like, if we can get some of the stuff in the car like right away, like the stuff that's really heavy are not like important to me as much. Like they're kind of important, like some of it's books and everything, but like nothing horrifically like bad. Like everything else can be done quite fast, but if I can just get like the major stuff in the car early on, they're like Wednesday night once they get home, it should be good. Because I'd asked people at Triangle, but I knew the point of contact I was talking to, he has gotten a hernia repaired only a couple of days ago, or not a couple of days ago, like about 3 weeks ago, so I don't want him to have to worry about it. I had asked Aaliyah's boyfriend, but he probably has a pinched nerve because he's had to lift like 120 pounds over his head, which is not good. I refuse to let Aaliyah lift things that aren't like really light. And so yeah, that's been my thing, and my heart, I kind of want to see my ex again one more time before I leave, just because he still has a lot of hold on me, and I hate that because I keep on telling Maggie that like she needs to leave the guys that she'd seen previously behind. And some of the stuff, my problems with my ex, I don't think will ever, like my things that part of the reason the relationship didn't work are not things that are going to be changed. So that's just part of who he is. But yeah, so that's rough. But today I hung out with Maggie. I also I hung out with my friend Christine, and we went out to lunch, and I only ate half the pizza I got. It was like a Blaze pizza, so it was like 6 slices. I only ate half of it so I could have the other half for lunch. I was good. I'm actually like really low on calories, which is why I'm like, I'll drink another beer, because like I'm not hungry. And the only time I would typically get hunger pains is when I was walking. So I've been pretty good, and I got a lot of steps in today because I just kept on going back and forth between a bunch of different places, so that was fun. But yeah, most of my room is packed up. It's just like random stuff I have now. And then yeah, I sold my futon today. Like I put it on Facebook Marketplace yesterday, and it sold today within like 24 hours of me putting it up there, because people wanted a futon, and I sold it at a loss, but it was like 3 years, so like the fact that I didn't even sell it for free is something. So yeah, that'll be fun. This is currently what my room looks like. Yeah, I have pretty much cleaned everything. So it's my last day in Minneapolis. I really can't believe that. It's been a crazy 4 years. Yeah, my first trip up here was for my orientation, which was
in July, like mid-July. Gosh, when I came up here, the light rail was down that weekend because they were working to get the light rails ready for when the Super Bowl was in 2018. And I was there in 2016. And then, like, when we were coming back, we got stuck at O'Hare for 27 hours. So it was a very interesting incident. And when I came here for actual college, it ran pretty smoothly. Coincidentally, my folks took the same route coming here as my mom and I did when we first came to Minnesota. Or not first came, but like when we came up here to start my undergrad, and was here late August to start my undergrad. And it's just insane to like say goodbye to this place, at least for now. I don't know, maybe when I'm older I'll come back. But for the next couple of years, this won't be my home. Or California's still kind of my home, but like it's not gonna be home anymore. Yeah. Besides that, I just cleaned. I was very anxious today because I like didn't know what was going on. So I didn't know what was going on. I just wanted to make sure. And I had like, it took a lot. And I was probably really dehydrated today because I've been having issues with vertigo. But yeah, I took stuff over to the boys at Triangle and said goodbye to them, and then walked to the US Bank Stadium and took the light rail to the airport. And it was great to see my folks. I didn't cry, but I kind of felt almost like crying. And then once we got out, I was able to give directions and everything ran smoothly. It was just like a lot. But like I pretty much was able to handle things quite smoothly. I haven't had to drive certain areas a lot. Yeah, so that's been something, and I've been sitting up in the front to give directions, but for the long distance I think I will not do that. Because once we get out of the city, although I'm kind of like, I don't know either much. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, I had cheese ravioli for the first time in a long time, and I think it's kind of messing with my gut actually. Maybe I'm slowly becoming semi-lactose intolerant, although not like really, because I still eat a lot of ice cream, but like, I don't know, that's the most cheese I've eaten, and a lot of fat, but oh well. So it is the end of Thursday, and yes, I'm doing this in the bathroom because I don't want to do it with my folks because it's kind of embarrassing. Not really, but like it's weird. But I wanted to vlog today, so it's going to be really short. I got everything moved out past my dolphin in the caravan, and like we were out on the road by 9:30. We just kept on going. We made it to Rockford really early, and yeah, it was a pretty easy drive. I navigated, and we're gonna head out tomorrow again pretty early. And sorry for the really short update, but I'm with the folks, so yeah. So this time I'm not recording in a bathroom. It is the end of Friday. We made it to Kentucky, all in one piece, with most of my sanity intact. Yeah, those 2 days of traveling have been hard. And with like leaving Minneapolis yesterday, we got packed up really quickly. Everything fit in the car that we had. It was quite a smooth leaving. We just had to wait for Maggie so I could say goodbye to her. But yeah, today we were on the road for 7-ish hours. And it was pretty chill. We went through multiple states. And we went to a Cracker Barrel. Like, my dad was all annoyed that the waitress was talking to her other customer, so it took us a bit to get our coffee. And I'm like, oh, he's like, she's only getting a 2-cent tip. And I'm like, she works on tips, Dad. she's talking with her other customers who are also very chatty people, although I didn't say that because he was really snippy. But he didn't comment on the fact that there were freaking flies there. Like, that's what disgusted me. Not the waitress was being a good waitress. And then also he got all snippy that because the flags were at half-mast for John Lewis. Well, he is a sitting congressman. He was a sitting congressman when he had passed away. And although protocol actually has it 2 days, because I just looked this up because I was curious just for my own knowledge. Like, after I got annoyed at him, I didn't say anything because, again, he was snapping and I didn't want to cause a fight, which I probably should have, but when he's driving you across a good portion of the United States, you don't want to do that. It's 2 days for a congressman traditionally. But what is typically done, and has been done for all the congressmen I can think of, which included Ted Kennedy and John McCain, they leave the flags at half-mast until the, like, burial/funeral. And I have a feeling my folks also like, why is there this whole hoopla? Well, I could actually direct you to a video where it discusses what happens in black funerals, where it's one of those things where it's a huge celebration. Like, death, even for black communities, is not the great equalizer. They're still considered often not as important, but it's one of those things where it truly becomes a celebration where they go into their own and they show off their wealth that they have. There's a much better video from Ask a Mortician, which I will link in the bio, that goes into the discussion of it. But it's good to see my aunt and uncle, the dog, one of their dogs that was ringworm, so I'm like a little nervous. Besides that, like, chatted with my cousins. One of them was a little like confused. She was like, wait, did you go to college? I'm like, yes, I went to college. So what I'm doing now is a much more like advanced degree. So I got like a bachelor's. I did my undergrad, I did college, and now I'm going for a not postgraduate, but like post-bachelor's degree. So I'm going to be insanely educated on a very small subject and probably figuring out my own stuff for that. But I finally got some of the orientation stuff done, which is good. But gosh, I'm just tired. So it's the end of Saturday. I survived it. My aunt and uncle kind of bring out a lot in my folks that I don't like. Still love them, and I think when given a bit, I was able to think through at least one part of our conversation. It was because a lot of women don't apply to things because almost in some ways we still feel like we need to prove ourselves, like in a way of not in, oh, you're a woman, you can't do anything, but you want to leave a really good example because you feel like you are the like ambassador for women, and you want to be like, see, this is proof that women can do the same. And so yeah, that's kind of my thought. But I don't know, because I feel like an idiot most days. Like, I'm excited I'm getting my PhD, but I also feel like I somehow missed, like, this is not right. Like, one professor was like, are you sure? Probably because she's like, you're not the best academically. I mean, I describe myself as I was a known quantity, having gone to the University of Minnesota. That was I was known. Was meaning I was brilliant. I was a known quantity, and I don't know, I felt like I was always one of the idiots of the major that just couldn't figure out even the simplest stuff, so yeah. And I mean, I've always had a inferiority complex to my sisters because they were just naturally intelligent, and I could take a test, I could do that, but I wasn't naturally inquisitive. It took me a longer time to read
And I know this is all like really simple stuff, but like they were at like my age for most things, they were smarter. So yes, maybe now not as much because just the nature of my major, but I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it sucks. And today I got multiple bug bites while we were walking around the campus of University of Kentucky. I'm double checking on the housing stuff. Hopefully everything works out. I get to live at the university. I've looked at a couple of other places in terms of like renting of like whatchamacallit, like interested in a tour. We went on a tour today and it's just, the guy was very rude, and then also like he was occasionally nice but then also kind of rude at points, and then also like it was not clean in the showroom, and my aunt doesn't like the area that it's in, and she's like that area has a lot of rednecks coming in, and so she thinks they're a little bit unsavory. So yeah, that's